Alright everyone, welcome back to another edition here. We're going to go over some of the professions here with Guild Wars 2. I'm actually getting a little bit more involved with them. I just picked up a quest line or storyline, if you will, that's going to take me through the process of getting legendary weapons. I've been told from a couple friends it's quite a pain in the ass, so we're going to see how that goes. But in the meantime, I am going to have to increase my weapon skills and stuff like that as far as my weapon smithing. As you can see here, I'm actually currently level 50 out of 75, so I've got quite a ways to go. But for those of you that are maybe confused about it, trust me, I'm probably just as confused as you. The only difference really is that I'm starting to figure it out. So if you're just getting into it and you're curious how does this work, this is going to help you out. So I do hope that you guys enjoy this little guide here. So let's go ahead and just dig right in. So initially you're going to get a handful of recipes and you're going to essentially start crafting and start gathering your very first pieces of materials. I have found that really just spending a whole day just going around trying to gather materials is usually a good idea. And those materials are going to be like what we talked about a couple videos back and also on my live stream earlier today for Twitch, where you just kind of go around the world and you see a tree, you hop up off your mount or you run up to it, you chop it a couple times using your gathering tools, and then it goes to your inventory. A cool little tidbit to that here, I'm just going to show you guys real quick, is the way the inventory works is that if you get gathering materials, okay, so for example I have, looks like I got a few pop-ups, no viruses and World of Warcraft updates, I'm going to turn those off. But anyway, so if you have materials, so I have bronze bars, right? We're going to move those out here. I'm going to salvage some of these items that I've crafted just in the last couple of minutes. Just get rid of these and we're going to get some extra items back from salvaging. And so I got some extra luck, which luck is something that we'll talk about in another video whenever I personally better understand it. But just kind of an idea, it gets you a chance for better rewards. Okay, so after salvaging, I've gotten some materials here: green wood logs, a couple copper ore, and some bronze ingots that I already had. But it's cool because if you come up here to this cogwheel, you can deposit all materials. It's gone. Saves the inventory space. And you can do that from anywhere in the world. So if you're not like me and you didn't decide to go get a whole bunch of bags for yourself, you got that limited storage space, and you're thinking, man, I just got to get rid of some of this space, or open some space up, whatever, however you want to phrase it, you can just deposit all your materials and then press compact, and then it'll take everything and make it all kind of up towards the top of the bag space. Now, some people, especially if you're just starting out, you're going to be like, oh, holy crap, where did all my stuff go? Well, you can find it by coming over here to one of the weapon smithing stations or whatever profession you choose, and you can click on material storage. So here's my main inventory over here, and here's all the stuff that I have collected. Okay, so some of these materials I've gotten through just random dumb luck. Most of them, as you can see, I have quite a few more of these lesser materials up here. Um, and I've just kind of been building them up over time because I know I'm eventually going to need to use them. Now, the only downfall of this is that it holds up to a cap of 250. So as you can see here, I have 250 iron ore, and I have 19 over here. So I kind of went on a bit of a spree. I just kept on collecting, and then that's whenever I discovered, hey, here's a cap. So I'll probably just sell the excess right here because I'm not too iron yet. And then whenever I get to iron, I'm sure I'll probably immediately regret selling the extras, but I'm the type of guy, like, I just want the space I need for right now, so I'll just go farm it again later, make some extra money in gold, and then I kind of call that a day. But anyway, it's cool because they have all the materials here for intermediate crafting, advanced crafting, ascended materials, gemstones, cooking stuff, and then you kind of go down the list. You can see some of the other options here. Now, on to the nitty gritty. So if I wanted to craft something, it's much more involved than other games I've played, where you just go up to a vendor and you say, hey, I want you to sell me your materials or sell me your patterns. And you're thinking, okay, that's the process for most games. Well, not in this one. In this one, you have to actually discover your next level recipe. So what do I mean by discover? Well, let's talk about it. So first of all, let's go ahead and just make, I'm going to make actually a dagger. So let me just go up to one of the daggers and see what we need here. I gotta have a bronze dagger blade and a bronze dagger hilt, bare minimum. Okay, so let's go ahead and find that. There's the blade right here. We're gonna make one of these because I do have limited materials here. And I'm gonna make one of the hilts right here. Alright, so we're crafting this. Bar goes across, and there we go, we got one. Now, I'm going to come over here to Discovery. I'm going to toss in my dagger blade, and you'll see where a lot of my materials just disappeared or faded out. I'm going to put in my hilt, and I've created some of these inscriptions too, so I'm going to come back and show you this here right now. So you have inscriptions that you can make. Where'd they go? Okay, so most of these are my lesser inscriptions because I don't have the materials for the higher up ones just yet. However, the lesser inscriptions, you create a green wooden dowel, get some bone chips in there, and then it creates a vital green inscription. Now, then you have Mighty, you have Maline, I don't know if that's how you say it or not, but in any case, each one of these is going to have some sort of an increase to a stat, and it's going to be a minor increase, okay? These are just small little increases to your stats, okay, because it's meant for low level stuff. As we move up here though, you'll see these are going to be bigger increases and they require different materials, so on and so forth. So again, I made a handful of those just kind of level myself up a little bit and see what I'm working with, but we're going to throw the dagger hilt and the dagger blade in there, and I'm going to say we're going to put the precise green inscription in there. So what happens there is we get this. Okay, so it says, looks like you crafted something. Now before I do that, with the dagger hilt and the blade, I have a total of 12 unknown recipes. So I really like that because it kind of helps you move along in the direction of how many more do I need. Now if we go back over here to my production, it's pretty obvious that what we see here is there's probably more than 12, but we're just going to say random number here. Let's just pretend that this is 12. You can imagine you're going to have 12 different possible inscriptions that you can use, in addition to a basic hilt and a basic blade, okay? So you get the idea. Now that we have the idea down, let's just go ahead and put this together and we're going to see what happens. We'll craft it. You guys saw my experience went up from novice up to the next level, so I'm level 53. And I can now craft this, and it tells me precise bronze dagger. I currently own one of them, of course, because I just created it. And if I had the materials, I could make more of them right now if I wanted to. I don't want to, so I'm not worried about that. Right now I'm just kind of discovering pieces. But we're going to go ahead and close out. We'll go back to production, and we'll see now that the bronze dagger is yellow, which means I'm going to earn some sort of point for it. So let's go ahead and recraft some materials. So we're going to do bronze. Again, dagger hilt and the blade. And I'm actually going to go ahead and see if I can make 2 of them. Perfect, I have just enough materials. And then I'm going to go back out and go do some more material crafting after this, or hunting, because this is it's just a favorite pastime of mine. I just love doing this stuff. So I'm going to toss the hilt and the blade in there, and you can see why I chose 2, because I have 2 inscriptions left. So this one's going to be healing. We'll craft this one. Discovered it, and then we're going to do this one, and I discovered that one. So now if I go back to my production, I now have 3 different opportunities or options to where I can get additional points for crafting certain items. So this is definitely a much more unique and much more involved process. I'm absolutely loving this. I can't say I've ever had any other game I've played that's been quite as in-depth as something like this before. So if this is something that you're into, this is again a game that I would highly recommend, because it's not as simple as just going over to an anvil somewhere, tinking a couple of times on it, and you're on with your day. This is going to take some time into it. It's going to make you feel like you're actually participating in the development of the weaponsmithing, as opposed to I'm just going to talk to this guy, he's going to give me 50 patterns, I'm going to craft a couple things and then move on with my day. But anyway, like I said earlier, I'm gonna actually go back out and farm some more of this copper ore and get some bronze and stuff made. I'm doing the same exact process over here. I also have inscriptioning. Oh, I apologize. Jewel crafting. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. So I actually have to go out and get double the materials because my personal choice here was to get the jeweler. And jeweler also uses a lot of the same or similar materials as the weaponsmith. So you can see I create a copper setting, a copper hook, I throw in a gem, and it gives me the finished product here is going to be some sort of a jewelry piece, whether it's an earring, a ring, a crafting components, something like that. And as you can see here, I can do amulets as well. I just have to increase my rating up to at least 50 to make the amulet. But again, it's just through basic copper components out of the first initial starting zone. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here and see if I can't get some more of this stuff done. It's been a lot of fun here. And we will see you guys here next time. Make sure you do drop a like and a sub if you are interested in seeing more videos like this with Guild Wars 2. Coming up soon here, I will be making a video on my thoughts on World of Warcraft and what took me away from World of Warcraft. Until then, though, just know that's going to be an in-the-works type of thing. So if you are curious why I'm transitioning, I'll explain all that in that video. So we'll see y'all next time.